All right, what's up, everybody? Matty D. It is Wednesday. It's April 8th, 2026. Man, you just gotta love everything. I especially, I'm just gonna mention this really quick out the gate. I loved April Fool's Day, where they came out and launched the Artemis 2 bullshit and decided to go into the moon out of nowhere, and it was April Fool's. It's ridiculous. I won't even get into it. You know, even the pictures they showed, and even AI is even saying it's generated fake images and calling out the shit that people see themselves with their own eyes. Anyway, so I on this channel here on BitChute, all right, I put out this video. I said the prelude to Venezuela, the 33-page national security strategy. It was about maybe 5 videos ago on my channel. You can go back there and look. Even when I saw it yesterday, because I was like just reminding myself of something when I saw this, and I reviewed it, and it's all there. I even did copy and pasting on my Facebook and stuff, and showed people, page 28 coming right out the Middle East, mentioning all the Strait of Hormuz directly, really being laid out. So anyway, so Trump came out yesterday completely dressed in his Masonic Blue Lodge, light blue, all right, Israeli Zionist freaking acknowledgement clothes. All right. The suit is dark blue. The tie is a light blue. All right. Comes out and he says, well, rather right here, he pulls back on it. But he said he was going to wipe out an entire civilization. He said a whole civilization will die tonight if Iran does not make a deal. Right. So now he pulled back. And apparently right here I'm seeing 2 hours ago on CNN that, and I'm not even going to read the articles and stuff right now because I don't give a shit, that, they're suspending attacks for 2 weeks if Iran opens the Strait of Hormuz. All right. So a couple things I want to again mention is the Strait of Hormuz and where he's talking about wiping out civilizations. All right. Literally he comes out and says this. Excuse me. The guy is a genocidal freaking Zionist psychopath. It's amazing. Again, you go into these things, right? And it is just the AI where you can type in, you guys can see it yourselves and find it yourself. All right. December 2025. National Security Strategy, the 33 page. Again, 33, the Zionist Jew World Order, 33 Masonic fucking symbolism all the time. Outlining, quote unquote, civilizational realism and hard sovereignty doctrine, okay? And I love where he says that, he calls it putting America first. Even when you go down here to regional strategy in this part of it, right? Emphasizes Monroe Doctrine, restoration in Latin America, right? So he goes and just invades Venezuela because he needed that oil for the prelude to Israel and Iran. And decreased focus on the Middle East. When I hit the Monroe Doctrine, you guys can't make this shit up. It opened up breakingdefense.com. Okay. U.S. National Security Strategy calls for reviving the Monroe Doctrine and limiting NATO expansion. And guys, you can't make it up. Listen to this. The document hits Europe hard, stating that the largest issue facing Europe is the stark prospect of civilizational erasure. Yeah. Trump administration unveiled a new national security strategy Thursday evening, calling for greater emphasis in the Western Hemisphere while also paving the way for friction points with allies and partners across the globe. And Europe in particular seems to be in the crosshairs, as the strategy includes terms that warn of quote-unquote civilizational erasure on the continent while also seemingly calling for a halt to NATO expansion. Right? After years of neglect, quoting, the U.S. will reassert and enforce the Monroe Doctrine to restore American preeminence in the Western Hemisphere and to protect our homeland and our access to key geographies throughout the region, the 33-page strategy document says. We will deny non-hemispheric competitors the ability to position forces or other threatening capabilities or to own or control strategically vital assets in our hemisphere. I just love that shit. I love it. Comes out, talks about this shit. He comes out, talks about Latin America in this shit. Goes to Venezuela. He comes out, they talk about de-emphasizing the Middle East, right? The Middle East. But when you go to the actual whitehouse.gov, right? And you go down to, again, I was pasting these things, so let's just go down based on my memory. I'm doing this, guys, with you in real time, guys. We're going to go to page 28, 26, so right here, 27. They start talking about the Middle East, shift burdens, build peace. A half century at least, American foreign policy, blah, 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 blah. Two dynamics that long hold. Energy supplies have diversified greatly, with the United States once again, look at it, he's saying this right here at the bottom of page 27, the United States once again a net energy exporter. Superpower competition has given way to great power jockeying, in which the U.S. remains the most inviolable position, reinforced by President Trump's successful revitalization of our alliances in the Gulf with other Arab partners and with Israel. So here he is talking about that we are at least two of those demographics, right? Like talking about these things of saying how it was the world's most important supplier of energy, prime theater of superpower competition, rife with conflict, and threatened to spill into the wider world and even to our own shores. And they're talking about the energy shit, and then they're saying how, you know, the U.S., what I just read. All right. Conflict remains the Middle East most troublesome dynamic. But there is today less to this problem than headlines might lead one to believe. Can you believe that they wrote this shit in December 2025, and look at it now, where they're saying this shit, guys. This is why I'm reading this again. All right? Because I didn't show these things. Might lead one to believe Iran, the region's chief destabilizing, excuse me, guys, I apologize, because I'm not zooming in. Let's zoom in a little bit, because I don't want to fill too much. Destabilizing force has been greatly weakened by Israeli actions since 10/7/23. And President Trump's June 25 Operation Midnight Hammer, which significantly degraded Iran's nuclear program. Well, if that's true, why all of a sudden they say, it's always the same bullshit. You see what I mean? Yeah, and these doctrines are pre-writing, and then they do it like a month and a half later or so, right? February. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict remains thorny, but thanks to the ceasefire and release of hostages, President Trump negotiated progress toward a more permanent peace has been made. 7 away, Syria. This administration resigns and eases restrictive energy policies, and American energy production ramps up. America's historic reason for focusing on the Middle East will recede. Instead, the region will increasingly become a source and destination of international investment. So how the hell do you say that the region will increasingly become a destination of international investment and in industries well beyond oil and gas, including nuclear energy? AI and defense technologies, we can also work with the Middle East partners to advance other economic interests, from securing supply chains to bolstering opportunities to develop friendly and open markets in other parts of the world, such as Africa. Again, I'm just skipping down to the bottom of 28 here, because I don't want to keep reading everything to you guys. And I love how they say that the key to successful relations with the Middle East is accepting the region, its leaders, and its nations as they are while working together in areas. Okay, America will always have common interests in ensuring that Gulf energy supplies do not fall into the hands of an outright enemy. And again, this is where they're writing this shit. The Strait of Hormuz will remain open, the Red Sea will remain navigable, and the region not be an incubator or exporter of terror against American interests or the American homeland, and that Israel remains secure. I'm telling you guys, when you go read all this shit, I mean, it is all right there, literally talking about the Strait of Hormuz. Then they come out and they attack Iran. They did all this shit. It's all nonstop news about the Strait of Hormuz, right? I mean, saying you're going to de-emphasize the Middle East. You guys, I mean, guys, like I said, go. You can read through this thing yourself. I don't want to make it a long video. I'm already over 10 minutes, and I'm sure probably people lost interest in me just reading what I read to you. But it's on the record, at least here. And you guys can go see it yourselves and how to search for it. Those you can see it yourself. And you can just take screenshots, do highlights, and just post them. Show people. Like, how the hell they write all this stuff? And what day did we invade? What day did we attack Middle East? Right? What day? What day? Yeah, fuck you. Did U.S. attack Iran? Let's see. What day was it? It was February, wasn't it? Yeah, February 28th. The initial attack, right? I mean, with the planetary alignments, all that shit. So, you know, it was 2 months after this freaking thing they write and they do all this crap. In today's news, too, is all about wiping out civilizations. I talk about in there, they're talking about warning of civilization erasure. He's coming out here and saying a whole civilization is going to be killed and wiped out. Talking Middle East, saying the U.S. is now a main exporter of energy, producing oil. Our gas prices, everything just skyrocketed. They tell you all you're getting a huge tax rebate this year. The average tax rebates was an extra $700-something. They said all that's gone just fucking putting gas in your car this summer. It's gone. It's ridiculous. They pre-write all this shit and then they throw it right in your fucking face. And then they do other distractions. Artemis 2. God. I can't even go with the FBI crap, the fucking pedophilia shit, the Epstein bullshit. It's just, it's too much. It's all right there. And I know whoever's watching me, you guys know this stuff. You're aware. So I'm going to stop the video right here. It's at 12 minutes already over. And just so you can see, again, that they have this stuff. He's talking about the doctrine, right? They're talking about here, right? Civilization erasure, December 5th, 2025. You can't make it all. You just can't. And I'm out. Peace, everybody, and thanks for listening.